Hello everyone, friends. Today I want to tell you about the amazing movie Johnny Wick 3. On the one hand, this action movie is funny and stupid, but if you look at it from the other side, it is incredibly beautiful. Therefore, you will be interested to learn about how this stylish action movie was filmed. Take cookies for tea and let's start. The John Wick film's prequel was directed by Dan Laudson, who also shot the sequel, and he was also the director of photography for Crimson Peak and The Shape of Water. In simple words, Dan is a guy with taste and his own style. The director of photography Chad Stahelski completely trusted him, and it seems to me that it only benefited the film, since the second and third parts of the picture were added quite a lot in the artistic and staging part. Stahelski himself loves Caravadza's paintings for their color and work with light, and during the selection of the director of photography, he wanted a specialist who could draw them. Laudson was the one he needed. Stahelski was a stunt director and stuntman in the past. He always built action as a dance. And in form, John Wick 3 was closer to a stage musical than to a traditional action movie with a bruiser. An interesting fact is that 99% of the difficult stunt work in the film is dance. Not pirouettes, but body language. Many of the plans in this film grew out of singing in the rain and the whole story. Chat also does not hide the fact that he tried to mix the stunt aesthetics of Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin with Jackie Chan, John Woo, and the films of the Hong Kong industry studio Shaw. Stahelski also took into account Reeves' age and training and included elements of Jus and Jiu-Jitsu in the fights without throwing legs and colorful turntables. Matrix style and gymnastics were a thing of the past when Reeves was young and full of energy. Now, Keanu, like other actors, really underwent fire training and participated in the training process. But despite his age, Keanu performs 98% of tricks and fights himself. From a cinematic point of view, this is a great success. The viewer begins to believe more strongly in what is happening when he sees the actor's face, and the operator has the opportunity to resort to beautiful general plans instead of resting the lens on the backs of the understudies. At the same time, Chad Stahelski pays great attention to the creation of video statistics. He always shoots fights at the preparatory stage with the involvement of the camera team. Already at this stage, they are determined with the rhythm and camera angles. They also select the manner and style of shooting in such a way that a non-professional fighter, which is Keanu, could work out to the maximum without an understudy. The understudy replaced the actor only in scenes in which it was possible to get injured. When Dan Laudson read the scripts, he began to build his work in this way. Together with the director of the picture and the production designer, they selected references, created mood boards and conducted test shots, during which they chose optics and were determined by lighting. Of course, many elements could be implemented during post-processing, but Lau is an old-school master of scenes and always tries to do the maximum on the site. The third film had richer colors, deeper black and classic lighting. As a result, the image turned out to be cleaner and sharper. Prequel also uses a lot of LED lighting in the form of ribbons and tubes implemented in the scenery. In order to give New York more expressiveness and texture, the filmmakers decided to shoot many scenes at night and in the pouring rain. Because it is the rain that makes the image more voluminous, but meanwhile there is more fuss with it. As for me, the most interesting location in the film is the glass house. This decoration cost the creator $4 million. Stahelski spied the idea of this house in an architectural magazine, where an article was published about a wealthy man who built himself a completely glass house. This decoration was pre-designed and pre-visualized in graphics on the Unreal Engine. It was decided to build the scenery in the pavilion, partly on a chroma key background. Visual effects for the film were made by several companies, the most famous of which are Mezit and Soho. The graphics were mainly reduced to the layout and completion of the backgrounds in the picture. In the third film, as well as in the second, there is a big episode with reflections, so the clip was very serious. Bullet landings and fire from barrels have long been a familiar front of work for compositors. And the pyrotechnic cartridges that were used, for example, in The Matrix during a fight in the lobby have long been a thing of the past. Well, I think you will be interested to know how one of the most beautiful scenes of the film was made. A motorcycle chase with a simultaneous sword fight. I would like to say right away that this scene was borrowed from the Korean action movie 2000 of the 17th year of the villainess. By the way, If you haven't seen this movie, then pay attention and take a look. But the most difficult thing is to repeat a scene from the movie, seeing only the final result on the screen and not knowing how it was implemented on the set. This forced the film crew to come up with their own version, since they did not want to copy, and they did not mind studying. The result was a fascinating mix of choreography with actors, motorcycles, swords and a team of little green men. The most interesting thing is that while you are watching John Wick 3, part of your brain understands that this is the magic of cinema, but this scene looks so easy that you don't even think about how it is implemented. Well, some interesting facts about the film itself. The original title of the film John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum refers to the famous proverb, "If you want peace, get ready for war." Initially, the series of films about Wick was conceived as a trilogy. Now several spin-offs have already been announced, and the main actor Keanu Reeves claims that he is ready to play his character further. Mark Dacascos was initially considered for an episode with a couple of scenes, but after meeting with Stahelski, he was offered the role of the main villain. According to the actor himself, he was chosen one of the last, and for this reason it took him only a few days to prepare the image. And the final fight to Casca's Ocean was filmed as much as 4 weeks. A few years ago, John Wick was already becoming a character in a computer game, and before the release of the third part, a game was announced that was completely concentrated around him. An original story was used for it, and Ian McShane and Lance Reddick took part in the voice acting. According to Reeves, it was originally planned that his hero would not only have a favorite dog, but also an original hobby. In the script for the first part, it was indicated that in his spare time, Wick liked to glue the leather bindings of old books. There were even several scenes in which Wick demonstrated the skills of a restorer, but they were not included in the film. According to Chad Stahelski, Halle Berry wanted to star in the film even before the script was written. She just came to the director's office and asked him to give her a role in the franchise. With 2 dogs who accompany her heroine everywhere and take an active part in action scenes, the actress worked together on the first day of filming. The official timing of the film is 2 hours and 10 minutes. Thus, John Wick 3 is currently the longest part of the franchise. It is 5 minutes longer than the second part and half an hour longer than the first. The third film of the franchise about a retired assassin started better than the first and second parts combined. He collected $57 million at the box office in the first week, while the first collected 14, and the second 30. Fees in the world amounted to another plus $92 million. Thus, the film overtook such films as Avengers, Finale and Pokémon, Detective Pikachu at the box office. And that's all I have. If you have something interesting to add to this video, then you are welcome in the comments. I will read everything and answer the most interesting facts. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. For you it will take 5 seconds, and it will help me to promote the video in trends. Also, everything that was not included in the video will be gradually uploaded to my Telegram channel. You can find the link in the description under the video. And that's really all I have, for now.